So.
Yeah, well, so the PricePlow Nation is going to give you a little bit of a hard time for that creatine comment, but it's okay. It's okay. It's all good.
Welcome to PricePlow.
Hey, what's going on, PricePlow Nation? CJ here, and we're at the Nutrex facility in Orlando, Florida, and I'm actually with one of their top sponsored athletes, Mr. Gerardo Gabriel, IFBB men's physique guy, Insta famous, man. Got a lot of stuff going on, dude. So it's good to actually talk with you, man.
I try.
Yeah, former Marine as well,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So I definitely recommend, we're gonna have links below. You guys can go check him out on Instagram and on YouTube. You're doing YouTube content pretty regularly.
I am, yep.
How
We're
often
doing
do you post
about 2 videos a week right now.
Okay.
We were doing 3, but we were, that is.
Well, you're doing
tough.
vlogs, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was full workout videos and everything, so it's a lot of editing and stuff. But hey, we're trying to just put out the content. So.
Nice. Well, if you guys are looking for an athlete to follow, I highly recommend, man. Like, this guy's got what you want to follow, man. So let's get into your training a little bit. So you're an IFBB men's physique guy, and it's all about aesthetics, and there's a lot of people looking up to you for training advice and whatnot. Let's talk about diet and training, specifically diet first. I'm a big macro counter guy, flexible dieting. I believe in psychological well-being when it comes to sports and nutrition. You find yourself old school? When I started, it was meal plans and old school.
Yeah.
I kind of evolved. Where are you?
So I still do a lot of the meal plans. Obviously, what I always do, and I feel like you have to have especially in bodybuilding and physique, and when you're trying to get better, is a routine. A consistent routine is what gives you progress. So I always stick to 5 to 6 meals a day. Now, my big thing is carb cycling. So I still count my macros, but usually, obviously what I do a lot of the time is play with the carbs. So one day I do a high day, low day, and I've already found the perfect thing to adjust to how I want to look. So basically doing the same thing and learning my body is what I do.
Okay.
And carb cycling, man, that's with the dieting, and I speak that on my YouTube videos. I actually have YouTube videos about it and how I do it, and for me, that's what gives me the best results.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, and there's a lot of when it comes to sports nutrition, there's a lot of anecdote, right? You see all kinds of different styles of dieting.
Yeah. And you have to just find what works for you. Try them out. I tried a few different ones out. Keto is a big one that I tried, and I couldn't do it.
Mike's gonna be pissed.
No, not for
so
everyone.
there's different. You just have to find what works for you and what you're comfortable doing, and what fits your lifestyle.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you about diversity. So, obviously, you're shifting your macros, and I'm assuming so you do have a high, moderate, low, something like that. But what about carb diversity or just food diversity in general, man? Are you?
A lot of people think I'm crazy. I stick to a lot of the same carbs and proteins. Obviously I incorporate cheat days, and that's usually where I go off the deep end.
You don't give yourself any, so it's not like a refeed day. You give yourself no boundaries on those days, right?
No. The refeed day I count it as my cheat day too. That's how I do it. Yeah.
Okay. And that's a more calculated, carbohydrate approach, maybe, or something like that.
For the cheat day?
Yeah, or for a refeed day.
A refeed, I would consider my refeed day as kind of like the high day.
Yeah, okay,
high
gotcha.
carb day. And then obviously I do more than one cheat day a week. I do about 3 to 4. My metabolism can take that. And obviously with the type of training that I do and at the intensity, I'm able to get away with that. Now, once I start contest prep, that goes away. This is just like a maintenance thing. So.
I think carb cycling is very interesting. It's I feel like there has been times with clients and things that I've played with this idea, but I'm almost interested in kind of the rebound effect. It seems that when you start playing with cell sensitivity, you restrict carbohydrates for a certain extent, you are more absorbed. You get more benefits from the carbohydrates when you get them back.
When you get them back, yeah.
And it's almost are you continuing to pull this rubber band back, or I wonder how much of that is just kind of anecdote, each individual person might respond to that differently,
I think it's obviously every person responds different. I've trained several people, but it all depends on how long you pull the carbs for. Some people do it extended period of times. I never go over 2 days.
Gotcha.
Never. Contest prep, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But living a healthy day-to-day life, you don't want to pull carbs out too long.
Yeah. Okay. Now, for the average person, though, so you're sticking to the same foods and stuff like that. You're an athlete. I mean, it's part of your livelihood here is to be in shape. Do you find is that for people that you worked with in the past, is that actually a reasonable standard to be able to have them just stick to the same foods, or do you think that incorporating more diversity or encouraging them to
Well, I encourage. I definitely encourage people to find out more. Obviously, I encourage recipes and different things out there that they can for themselves, you know, make it more interesting, more fun. You know, what works for me is not going to work for everybody, of course.
Sure.
So for example, if I like to do rice and chicken 5 times out of the day, the whole week, and I'm okay with that, that doesn't mean everyone's going to be okay with that, you know. And when I train people, I let them know and I give them different things they can do and whatnot. But for me, you know, I'm totally okay with that, and I feel like it works for me, and that's what I stick with.
Okay, so on the diet talk, before we get to training, let's talk supplements, man. We're here at Nutrex Research, obviously sponsored by them. Give me your favorite, what's your regimen?
And that's super easy. So my regimen usually consists of, so I always have my vitamins, especially nowadays, like the flu this season has been crazy. So I definitely have my vitamins. So pre-workout, I usually take my pre-workout, which consists of Outlift, which is, we actually have the Outlift concentrate, which is
I was gonna say
crazy strong.
There's like several different types of Outlift.
The concentrate is a new one, Cosmic Burst flavor. What I do is I always add 5 grams of creatine monohydrate, which is a creatine drive, and I'll do those two together to get some extra creatine in there. Then obviously intra-workout, you can do aminos. So usually after 20 to 30 minutes after I start my workout, I'll throw in some aminos.
Now, do you do a full EAA, BCAA spectrum, or just a BCAA?
This one's the BCAA plus hydration, so it has coconut water and whatnot in there to keep you hydrated and prevent cramping and all that stuff. Then at the end of the workout, we have 3 key products that I use, and these are important because after the workout, you want to get that nourishment immediately. So I have the muscle infusion. I'll do 1 scoop, which is 25 grams of protein. Post-lift, which is BCAA's carb matrix that you get to replenish your glycogen immediately. And then again, I'll do creatine monohydrate. Now the creatine, what I'll usually do is I'll do about 2 months.
Now you did the 5 grams of creatine prior to training, and you're doing another 10 grams total.
So I do 10 grams a day for about a month to 2 months. Usually 2 months, and then I'll take it away for 1 month, and I'll just
completely.
And then I'll jump back in there.
Any reason why? Do you feel like, I mean, because I could see how like you would almost feel like deflated for a period of time, and then like because of just cell hydration. But I wonder if that's even changing the effectiveness.
Well, obviously, for me, it's just when I've done a lot of research, there's been people who speculate on the whole kidney thing, and you got to drink more water.
Gotcha.
So for me, I take it away 1 month, and when I was in the Marine Corps, I read a bunch of articles of basically that supplement being good for about a month or 2, take it away and then get back on it. So that's just a regimen that I follow, and I've always done it. And you know, it prevents me from just getting used to it, you know, and continually being on it. So.
Well, so the PricePlow Nation is going to give you a little bit of a hard time for that creatine comment, but it's okay. It's okay. It's all good. Okay, cool. So that's your Nutrex regimen. Like, why Nutrex over other supplement companies?
We've been around the game for so long, you know. You see a bunch of these companies pop up and then just disappear.
So you like the legacy concept?
Oh, I love it. That's actually one reason, you know, before I was sponsored, you know, I had several companies approach me, and when I saw Nutrex, I was like, hold up, wait a minute, Nutrex. So I had to go back.
Did you have the same thought we all did? We're like, they're still there? Like,
I just remember, being in the Marine Corps base and walking to the PX and buying back then the Hemorrhage Black with the DMA, and it was like it was just talked about so much on base that I remembered Nutrex Research, and they had the outrage and all this stuff. So when they approached me, I was like, no way. So I looked, and it was just that aspect of a brand that I've seen in the magazines. You know, like I told you, we back then we were raised on the magazines and everything. Just kind of, and I was like, this is it. This is it, and I love it. And the consistency of the products. And the fact that tons of customers I referred to, obviously, and not one time have I heard, you know, personally somebody complain about it, you know. So that to me, that's, you know, that's what makes me proud. I have my own clothing brand, and it's the same way. I hold it to the same standard. So
gotcha. Okay, cool. They take care of you all right, man?
Oh, they do.
They're like, pretend like they're not there, man. Awesome.
They're watching me. They're making sure.
Got him. I know this interview like started to go a little long, so what I'm going to do is we're going to cut here, and then we're going to come back. There's going to be another video. I'm going to talk about your training a little bit, man. So we get into your training regimen just a little bit. And as always, dude, smash the subscribe button. Head down below to the description where we have him linked to his YouTube channel. Check out his vlogs. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Welcome to PricePlow.